The following podcast is brought to you by the Johners Podcasting Network, found exclusively at WrestlingWithJohners.com.
Hey guys, the band is back together. Jovan finally got home. He finally found his car, we think. He's going to talk about that a little bit later on in this week's episode. But it's almost Christmas time. It's almost Boxing Day if you're in Canada. It's almost Kwanzaa. It's whatever. It's however you want to celebrate the holidays. But some people off work. If you're in school, you're on break. We thank you for taking some time to spend the hot part of your holiday with us. Ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to get right into it. This is the very special holiday episode of Shootin' Shit. I just gotta have a reason to play the beep every once in a while, so.
What is wrong with you, dude?
I start piling on the investment money.
So I threw a little bit of a curveball. I gave it a little bit of a festive holiday theme this week.
So, gentlemen, there's no way everybody in that band can be trans, right?
Trans?
I mean, it's a very it's a likely possibility.
Yeah, in the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. I mean, I thought that was their thing, is it's because they're all trans.
And you're gonna get us hated right off.
Yeah, way to alienate us there. We love everybody here. We love everybody here. We love all of our shooters. And that's so. But
we do love everybody. They know this.
Yeah.
If you can't talk about one, you have to be able to talk about them all. I love all of y'all. Big hearts up to everybody. Much love to the Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
And that's so. But gentlemen, it's almost Christmas time. How are we doing?
Well, this is the Pacific Island Playboy, the premier Joey K, ready to celebrate another week. Whether Jovan likes it or not, I don't care. He's still probably driving around some random city, and nothing brings out the holiday spirit like a great holiday carol with some random gunshots in the background. So we do hope you enjoyed that.
Oh, yeah. It was a hell of an experience. I mean, we're at the point now, ladies and gentlemen, if you've stayed with us past all the horrible jokes, all the horrible hot takes, all the bashing of the IWC, we just want to say thank you. This is our holiday special, baby. We're going to get in, give some takes, give some old Yule time memories, and hopefully make you laugh. This is going to be a fun one tonight, so strap in and strap on because we're going to be shooting.
Anyway, shooting. Let's get right into it. So we're going to start out talking about a little development that happened recently on Friday Night SmackDown. And that is one Paul Heyman was fired by Roman Reigns. He is no longer part of the Tribal Chiefs Council. He's no longer part of the bloodline. So, gentlemen, where does Paul Heyman go from here? And who is the next Paul Heyman guy? Joey K, why don't you lead us off?
Well, first of all, Paul Heyman is very well still part of this storyline, and that will continue on through day one, the New Year's event that they're running. So I don't think anything is going to change. He's going to be heavily factored into that match and feud that will probably continue beyond that match. Who would be the next Paul Heyman guy? Nobody. The answer is nobody, because there's nobody on the WWE roster that really would shine or stand out with using Paul Heyman. There's no one there. There's no one there that's worth it. There's no one there that is worth working an angle with Paul Heyman, because in the end, Paul Heyman represented the two top tier stars that Vince McMahon loves and WWE loves, and Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, and who else is on their level. They don't showcase Big E as the champion like they showcase Roman. They don't give a shit about Bobby Lashley. They don't really care about Drew McIntyre because he's a sideshow gimmick with his stupid sword and stabbing desks and making long 10-minute stories that aren't funny. Who else is top tier there that's going to be worth it? Not a single person. It'll be wasted. I mean, there could be plenty of Paul Heyman guys, but the truth is, it's not going to change anything. It's not going to, quote, move the needle, as Roman's new shirt says, and it doesn't really matter. So, no one. The answer is no one. He stays between Roman and Brock and continues that feud, and that's about it.
I like that. What a way to kick off the show with an interesting take there. See, for me, I'm kind of in partially agreeing with Joey K that the Paul Heyman's not done by a long shot, and I was kind of discussing this in our little chat, our show chat where we bounce ideas off each other, when we come to start putting the show together. And one of the things I said, don't be surprised if what we saw happen on SmackDown was maybe a part of a swerve or a ploy to maybe trick Brock Lesnar into thinking that, I would not be surprised to see, that to be revealed that it was a swerve all along and it was a setup. Paul took one for the team. Maybe it was his way to maybe indoctrinate or firmly plant himself his rite of passage, I guess you could say, into the family by, taking the Superman punch.
Hold up, DDJ. We are talking about Monday Nitro in 1999 here, right? Oh, I'm sorry. It's WWE television in 2021. It's the same bullshit. Somebody's getting swerved.
Yeah, but hopefully we don't see a repeat of the finger poke of doom.
Oh, I was hoping.
But if we're talking about people that possibly could be the next Paul Heyman guy, I agree also with Joey K that there really isn't anyone in the WWE that I can think of off the top of my head. But I mean, I would say I think the next Paul Heyman guy is down in NXT. I want to say I think the obvious one would be, Braun Breaker. But I mean, I don't think he's doing so well for himself. I don't really see him, needing a mouthpiece, at least right now, because he seems to be doing quite well for himself. I mean, we all talk about how he's basically he wrestles like his dad and he talks like his uncle, which is a really good combination to have. Because I mean, even though a lot of Scott Steiner's promos didn't make sense, he still could talk. But so I mean, I can't think of anybody off the top of my head, but I think if there is a Paul Heyman guy or girl out there, I think that person's in NXT. So I mean, we may not see one for once Paul Heyman's finally done with this Brock and Roman thing, we may not see him for a little while. But I mean, I could see him easily showing up with someone from NXT. Jovan, you got anybody in mind?
Well, let me hit the first thing real quick. Of course, we know that Paul Heyman isn't done with the family. He's not done with Brock Lesnar. He's still going to be a part of their storyline for however long WWE wants to continue to drag on this storyline of Lesnar versus Roman, however much longer that they want to continue to drag on Roman as the top guy, as the champion, unbeatable, getting into Super Cena territory. It's falling flat for me. I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting tired of seeing Roman. I'm getting back to where I feel like they're forcing Roman down my throat. I don't want to see it. At this point, I freaking hate myself because I'm gonna see. I'd rather see Brock. I'd rather see Brock Lesnar doing all the weird shit he's doing right now, being this farmer oaky with his hair that looks like a freaking onion. I'd rather see that than Roman. Roman's getting stale. And don't put Paul Heyman back with Brock because I don't want the beast Brock. I want this Brock. I want this new Brock that's having, this fun time on screen. This hunter, this guy that's like, oh, I'm Canadian. We're Canadians. Hey, give me this guy. This guy's a breath of fresh air from this stale, acknowledge me. How are you not acknowledged yet? You've been champion for damn near a fucking year. Nobody,
well over a year.
Well over a year. You've got the top selling merch. Every event poster is your face. Every event is circled around you. How are you not acknowledged yet? Get out of here. You're starting to sound like a whiny little baby, or you're starting to sound like this little dude that's in these prediction leagues that nobody wants to talk to because the only thing you can say is, "Oh, acknowledge me, acknowledge me." Fuck you, bro. If you're not
that
acknowledged
guy.
by now, move on.
Oh man. Yeah.
Anyways, the next Paul Heyman guy. I think of Paul Heyman guys, and of course, Brock, Roman. We're not going to get anybody of that caliber. We did have a time where Paul Heyman guys were guys who can go but couldn't necessarily talk. Your Cesaros, the CM Punk thing, Curtis Axel. The teaming with Punk never really made sense to me because Punk could talk. I guess they were just trying to get him more over by putting Heyman with him. But I'm thinking that's going to be your next Paul Heyman guy. Somebody who has all the tools but is lacking the mouth. Somebody that they think has all the tools but lacks the mouth.
Wait, can I take a guess?
Hit it.
Is it Dexter Lumis?
Actually, I was going to go with Dexter Lumis.
Seriously?
Serious. I'm 100%. As weird as this team up sounds, Dexter Lumis has this creepy serial killer vibe. He doesn't say a word, but he's good in ring. Very emotionless. Team him up with somebody that's just over the top, big mouth. You know, you're going to meet the new face of fear. You're going to meet the stone cold killer that is Dexter Lumis. No, come on, man. Get out of here. It's not Dexter Lumis. The next Paul Heyman guy is Harland. You can see it from a mile away. They want this Brock Lesnar Jr. to be a big deal. They're going to put him with Heyman, Harland and Heyman. It's written in the stars. It's money.
And if I'm not mistaken, wasn't like when Harland when he signed with the Performance Center, you know, under his real name Parker Boudreaux, like wasn't like Heyman basically touted the one that first started touting him as the next Brock Lesnar?
He was the one that said it. So I mean, good way to keep it full circle. I think we got Brock being a little funny. Good way to bring Brock back into the beast is to make a new beast.
I like that. Okay, so moving on. So we a lot of Ring of Honor, despite being on hiatus and after coming off that amazing show, Final Battle, which Jovan's going to be talking about his experience, you know, his experiences at being there, along with Joey K. Ring of Honor's still been in the news because we're seeing recently, just like on all these other promotions, like we're seeing the Ring of Honor tag team titles being defended at GCW. I believe Jonathan Gresham's defending the Ring of Honor championship at Terminus.
He's defended it already at GCW as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that GCW. I believe Rhett Titus has already got booked for a title defense for the TV title. We had the big surprise of Deonna Purrazzo coming out to challenge Roxy for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship. Possibly in a future episode of Impact or Impact pay-per-view. And Roxy's also in the news for being at the most recent NXT or the WWE tryouts at the Performance Center. So obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you're not watching this on YouTube, Jovan's very much demonstrating that he is against that move, and I think a lot of us are too. But yeah, let's just talk about it here. So with Ring of Honor titles being defended in other companies, does that give you hope that Ring of Honor will be back in some way, shape, or form? Hot One, lead us off.
Oh, yeah, man. It gives me a lot of hope that the champions are staying active. They're keeping their mouths in people's names. They're keeping the belts prestige. They're going out there and at least keeping the code of honor alive. And I think that's a big thing for Ring of Honor because that's kind of what they built the company on was their code of honor. So having people go out there actively defending these belts gives me some hope that when Ring of Honor does come back in whatever way, shape, or form it is in, their champions at least are going to be, these are going to be legitimate champions. They're not going to have people who come in and they're reestablishing a new hierarchy full of people that we don't know. No, our champions are going to be Ring of Honor champions. There's going to be people who fled and held the banner while Ring of Honor was going through their stuff. And I'm all for it, man. The more I get to see people like Gresham, the Briscoes, even Roxy, who, personally, I think it'd be the biggest mistake that she can make in her career going to the WWE Performance Center. I think we've all pretty much unanimously said that she needs to end up in Impact with that strong knockouts division. She'll have so much room to grow. She'll have such better coaching and won't have to be stuck to the WWE style to where she's stuck in 3-minute matches. But she needs to be careful. The grass isn't greener over there. But no, definitely high hopes for ROH's future.
Yeah. Joey K, what say you?
Yeah, I think they're definitely coming back. There's no doubt in my mind that ROH is coming back at this point. I've seen a few things and heard a couple things that are very, 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 very positive on it. It's not going to be like it is. The end of an era was the end of an era for a reason. It's not going to be, traditional like how we've known Ring of Honor for years, but it will be a new version, a new form. But it's definitely coming back. As far as the champions defending their titles, I don't think no titles are going to change hands. I think the title matches, and now you can get countouts, DQs, you can get various finishes where the title stays on the champ, but still has a loss somewhere. I think you might see that happen, but I don't see any of the current ROH champions losing their titles before the comeback of Ring of Honor. I don't think it's a stupid move on anybody's part, not to mention on the business side of things, now you're basically committing other talent to come back to Ring of Honor instead of people that most likely have already worked out some form of a deal to come back, even if it's a one-off, to drop a title to someone else in Ring of Honor. But I don't even think that's going to be the case with the new Ring of Honor. So I don't see the titles going anywhere. I think it's going to stay status quo. We're going to see, and check it out. Blood on the Hill had a really, really, really great match between AJ and Gresham for the title. Only thing that struck me as odd was that title was not the same title from the 11th. I don't know if you guys saw that. That title was shined up and brand new looking. It was still the classic, the original Ring of Honor World Championship, but it was not the same belt. That was the original title that was present on the 11th, that final battle. So I thought that was a little interesting, just like a little nice side note, being how I actually got to hold that title. Gresham let us, get hands on it, which was really cool, and hold it up. But only
once again, for those of
you
you listening to this on audio podcasting platform, Jovan was sharing his disapproval of Joey K getting to hold the Ring of Honor title while chatting with Jonathan Gresham. Obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, you saw what he was doing there.
Oh yeah, I saw him. It's
just the one finger salute. You're good in my book.
That's just because you were so tired of waiting for me. At that point, you're like, let's fucking go already, man.
Dude, had I felt like I could bust through all those people on the floor, I would have started climbing over chairs, but I already saw that one dude bust ass that night. I didn't want to be the next.
That dude took the fucking L of the night, didn't he? Jesus Christ. He was like, oh no, it's cool. I got it. Let me hop over this fucking row to get from the second row to the third row, and did not make it at all. And ate the fucking floor of the Chesapeake Employers Insurance fucking jerk off arena, whatever it is called. I don't know. But
did anybody start up a "you fucked up" chant?
No. We all just turned around and were like, oh shit, that guy got fucked. Like it was pretty much it was brutal. So
it was great.
Yeah, shout out to that guy and his fucking face that he left on the floor. That was really great. Shout out to the asshole who were like, hey, it's real disrespectful that you guys stand up. I'm like, number one, we paid for ringside. Number two, have you never been to a fucking Ring of Honor show? This is kind of what you do. Number
this
three,
is a wrestling show, period.
Yeah.
I'm
like,
unless you're at a WWE show when they tell you to sit down.
Yeah, I don't count that bullshit. But number three, I'm like, go fuck yourself. You're not even behind us. He's like 4 seats to our fucking left. He's lucky my brother didn't knock him the fuck out. And then the drunk lady next to him was like, you're right. That guy's just being an asshole. We're like, no shit. He's not even behind you. He's still like 2 people away from you, and you've been sitting the whole time. So I don't know what the fuck he's crying about. And then once he realized that my brother was a very intimidating person when he gets very angry, decided to try to apologize to us as well, too, which was very, very funny. I wasn't really yelling, and my brother looked at me and was like, well, you could have said it a lot fucking nicer, you asshole, which was just great. So, yeah, shout out that fucking turd as well, too.
That story got me to the car, man. When we were talking about that, that's the only reason I
cracking up
made
when
it.
he was sharing the story last week when we were talking.
Dude, it was a great time. Yeah, we had to fill Javon in on some of the shenanigans happening down by the ring, but yeah, it was a fucking great time. And I just,
mind you, I could see them the whole time. I had like a bird's eye view of them because they were on the floor, and my seat, because it was literally a single fucking chair. I was right off of the floor, like the first row of freaking stands. I was right there.
So Javon tells us this when we're going in, we're walking down. He's like, dude, it's one fucking chair. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, it's like a single fucking seat. So we're walking down because like he's on that spot in our section. So we walk straight down towards the ring, and he's like, look, it's right here. And we look, and it's just one fucking seat, like just right there in the open, plenty of space, plenty of room. So
they could have had extra chairs next to me, but there was like a gap in then chairs.
So I would turn around during certain moments. I'd turn around and be like this to Jovan, and I just see him there. He just looks like he's waiting for a fucking bus, just like sitting in the one seat. Yeah, it's a great crowd. Like he's just fucking hanging out. Like
I was just taking it in. I was just like, oh, this is nice. This is nice.
They're probably like, oh, look, they gave the fucking Make-A-Wish kid like his own special chair. Like, that's real sweet. Way to go, Ring of Honor. Like, but no, it's just Giovanni's like, I got my own fucking seat. Like, cool. Like, owns his own. It's the fucking hot section right there. That's all it was the whole night. It was so great. I mean, no offense to any Make-A-Wish kids out there, but I mean, it's pro wrestling. Dude, come on.
There was a big dude in front of me. Then there was me in these only two singular chairs. I looked at him and I guess we got the fat people seats, huh?
All right. We're gonna say we don't want to give everybody all the juicy gossip or stories from your from Final Battle and stuff. We gotta save Javon's take for that a little bit later. Going back to the topic at hand, I'm in agreement. I definitely think Ring of Honor wouldn't allow these titles to be defended if they didn't have a plan in place to come back in some way, shape, or form. And I definitely do see them coming back. And we kind of talked about this a little bit on last week's episode, which you can find on every major podcasting platform, as well as on YouTube, as well as the same channel where you're watching this current episode. I could definitely see Ring of Honor becoming more like PWG type promotion where they bring in guys, here and there. It's just, they don't really have like a course that they just kind of bring in wrestlers from all different promotions. I could definitely see Ring of Honor going that way. But yeah, I definitely think that we will see Ring of Honor back in some way, shape, or form. I know, and Joey K can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe they already have a venue booked for their for the Super Card of Honor show, which is going to happen at some time during WrestleMania weekend, correct?
Supposedly, allegedly, possibly. That is what I heard as well too. That's why they were pointing towards April. I don't know location yet. That's the only thing I'm not 100% sure on, but that's why they were saying, even in their original statement, they're looking to come back in April, and it's supposed to be the Super Card. So, which is not a bad idea, because the Super Card always brings in a lot of outside talent, and that's basically what they're touting as the new Ring of Honor is going to be. You're going to have a lot of talent from various places that show up to be part of the show, including probably a lot of the wrestlers that we saw on even this last show, and not just the champions.
Right. So, okay. So Joey K kind of went into this next topic here a little bit when he was giving his take on the titles being defended. So if you want to, Joey K, feel free to add anything to this next topic if it's something that you thought of or just something you maybe wanted to bring up but didn't, when you were talking. But all these Ring of Honor champions that we have right now may not necessarily be, at one of these other promotions, but which current Ring of Honor champion will be the first to lose his or her title? And recap, We have Jonathan Gresham as your Ring of Honor World Champion. You got Red Titus as your TV champion. The Briscoes are your tag champs. The Righteous are your 6-man tag team champions. And Roxy is your Ring of Honor Women's champion. Jovan, I'll let you lead this one off. Which Ring of Honor champion do you think will be the first to lose his or her championship?
The first Ring of Honor talent to lose their respective championship will be Roxy when she loses it to the Deonna Purrazzo in the winner-take-all match that they're going to have. Yeah, suck it, Joey K.
As much as I like Roxy and as much as I really enjoyed her match against Willow, and that was a great match that I don't think a lot of people are talking about, but I'm kind of in agreement with it because Roxy's will have her moment in the sun. What is she? She's like 19 or 20.
She's really young, but that was a pro Willow crowd, man. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, it was.
The crowd was real Willow pro. Like when she lost, that place almost went nuts.
Yeah,
but I'm in agreement with you because we at least I know Jovan and I are in agreement. I don't know about Joey K, but like really right now, if we had our say as to who should have been ranked number one in the PWI Women's 100, it should have been Deonna Purrazzo because literally since she got let go from NXT and went back to Impact, she has basically carried that Knockouts division for the most part during her times in Impact. I mean, obviously, she's currently not the champion right now, but she is a former 2-time Knockouts champion and is getting ready to will be challenging Mickie James or getting her rematch against Mickie James coming up at Impact's next pay-per-view, Hard to Kill. And I just, like I said, right now, I definitely could see, especially if Roxy ends up signing with, NXT, I could see that being, leading to her, because obviously she would have to drop the Ring of Honor Women's Championship. And again, we're all in agreement. We hope she doesn't go there, but obviously if she does, we wish her the best. But I mean, yeah, I just right now, she's still young. She's still learning. And I just think it's just Deonna's going to be too much for her. So I could definitely see Roxy being the first to lose her, of the current Ring of Honor champions to lose her title. Joey K, anything you want to add?
Yeah, I said what the fuck I said. No Ring of Honor champions losing before a Ring of Honor show. Are you guys out of your fucking minds? Did I crash land this plane into fucking Markville over here? You guys really think that any of these wrestlers that have titles from Ring of Honor are going to go on another show and drop a Ring of Honor title for any reason? You guys are fucking on drugs, dude. Like really.
Roxy, Deonna Purrazzo is a big draw.
I don't give a shit. That's all fine and dandy. Roxy's not dropping that title outside of a Ring of Honor show. I also think Roxy will be there in April, and if she drops the title, it's probably going to be there. She's also definitely, I don't think, going to sign with WWE. There's no fucking way. That Ring of Honor locker room that she's been part of has enough people looking at her going, great job on the tryout, kid, but you don't want to fucking go there. There's more money to be made outside, and there's better places to go that will treat you better and showcase your ability and let you grow more than just growing into the WWE system.
That's what we hope.
That's truly. And I really think that will happen, but, no, the first champion that will lose will be at a Ring of Honor show. And those champs that lose are going to be the Briscoes.
Ooh.
Just because I think the Briscoes are absolutely going to AEW. It was already built at Final Battle, and that's the big rumor. More on that later. But I think, those guys, they're old school. They're Ring of Honor originals, and they're going to do business the way business should be done. They're going to go back to Ring of Honor. They're going to drop the titles to somebody who will be able to represent Ring of Honor while they are exclusive to AEW. I just think that's how it's going to be. But that won't be until a Ring of Honor show. I really don't see anybody losing a Ring of Honor title. You really think that somebody, the company itself, whether it's Joe in charge or Sinclair or whoever is really going to go, oh yeah, we want Gresham to go to GCW in Atlantic City. Is it? I guess the Atlantic City show. I can't remember what show.
Hammerstein, Boston.
It was Hammerstein when he's against Blake Christian and dropped the fucking Ring of Honor title at GCW's premiere show. Fuck no. Like that's. I mean, there's terrible business and then there's fucking terrible business. So that's very terrible business. I don't think that's going to happen, especially if they're looking at a rebrand and a relaunch in just a few months. Let Gresham hold on to the title. Let Briscoes carry the titles out on AEW television. Awesome. You might get some more eyes on the product come Ring of Honor's relaunch in April. So it would only devalue anything to see Deonna Purrazzo win the Ring of Honor title. Because let's be clear, do you really think Deonna Purrazzo under Impact? I know they did a favor for Final Battle, but you really think Deonna's going to go back and defend the Ring of Honor title at any Ring of Honor show? Fuck no.
I could see her doing that.
I can see her doing it.
I don't.
She's current Reina de Reinas, and she's done it in Mexico.
You're talking about two different things. Yes, could I see her doing that? Absolutely. Do I see Impact continuing on doing that? Fuck no. Like, it's a company, and they're struggling as it is because nobody's watching their fucking show to start with.
It's terrible.
They got like fucking 64 people watching on a Thursday night for Impact. Like that, am I happy about that? No, it's bullshit because it's a good show, but like. I'm just being fucking truthful. It is what it is. Nobody's putting fucking eyes on Impact. So you're going to tell me that this whole AEW fucking Forbidden Door bullshit was worth anything to them? No, it only put some eyes on TV when Kenny said, you want to hear my thoughts? Go watch Impact when I show up with the title. People tune in and watch, but then nobody gave a shit again.
Yep.
And as much as they did with anything Impact, nobody fucking cared. That's the fucking truth. That's honesty. And it sucks to say that. I hate saying that, but it is. It is what it is. So, no. And especially, you think they're going to do the fucking business with Ring of Honor, who's working on a comeback? We're not talking about a nationally televised deal. We're not talking about, working with AEW. We're talking about Ring of Honor, who's looking to relaunch into a completely different product because their parent company is hemorrhaging fucking money. So, no. Impact isn't looking to do fucking business with Ring of Honor. Are they looking to do a solid and do a favor? Yeah, I see that. But business, no, I don't really see that. And if they do, if I'm wrong, awesome. If I'm wrong, that's fucking fantastic and I'm happy for it. But I just don't see it. I don't see if it doesn't make fucking dollars, it doesn't make fucking sense. Okay? And that's just how it is.
All righty then. That was quite the interesting take by our resident Pacific Island playboy or whatever he wants to call himself. So
Big Dick Johnson,
some fat greased up old guy.
Basically, that's what I am. So I'm just being real.
Are you drinking pickle juice, by the way?
No, this is fucking Tito's and turtle piss.
That's his own piss. His own urine. He doesn't like it, but it's sanitary.
Yeah.
Cleansing to the palate.
So Joey K kind of also alluded to our next topic when he brought up the Briscoes. The Briscoes have been in a bit of the news, when it comes to Ring of Honor and AEW. They've been rumored to show up in AEW for a while, and obviously, if you watch Final Battle, you saw FTR show up after the Briscoes won the tag team titles and had what Gorilla Monsoon would deem a pure six brawl. And recently, I believe it was on Twitter or some social media that the FTR invited the Briscoes to show up at AEW Dynamite Holiday Bash. We thought we were getting the Briscoes last week when the lights went out and came up, but we got Sting and Darby Allin to set up the main event for Dynamite this week. But maybe the lights go out. Maybe this time we see them boys show up. But gentlemen, there's a lot of people that have been rumored to show up in AEW. And I ask you this: who is the next big surprise debut for AEW? Joey K, coming fresh off that very hot take there. Why don't you lead us off?
Well, it's for sure the Briscoes for me. I mean, it's already fucking out there. You're putting an invite out to two guys who will fucking just jump in an old shitty pickup truck and drive down for it. They don't give two flying fucks. So I think it's the Briscoes for sure. I think we're going to get another vignette for teasing Brody King. but we're not going to see that debut just yet. Build a little more anticipation, maybe allude to it being Brody a little bit more. But here we are falling in the same fucking problem. What are we talking about? Who's the next big surprise? You have an overloaded, overstacked roster that people can't even get on television as it is. And we're going to add probably another like 3, 4, 5, 6 people maybe in the coming months. I mean, 2 words, Jay Lethal. Huge debut coming out of Ring of Honor. Great match against Sammy. And then he's eliminated from that fucking douchebag battle royal in the first, minute and a half?
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for stopping by, Jay. We'll see you, buddy. Okay. And then he turns around and puts on a fucking amazing performance against Jonathan Gresham on loan from AEW, which, again, shout out Tony Khan. That was such a cool move to send FTR down, to send Jay Lethal down to basically save the main event after Bandito unfortunately had to pull out. But I think it's the Briscoes, but I think we need to reel it in a little bit. Let's fucking pull the reins back a little bit on these debuts and stuff. Everybody, the fucking IWC, you bunch of fucking assholes. Oh my God, people crying over, Kevin Owens signed with WWE again. Yeah, you know why? Because he cares about his fucking family more than he cares about you fucking twats.
Yep.
That's why. And being as people who all have fucking children here. Mm-hmm. If I'm in the still quote unquote big leagues and the major big paying company out there, am I going to turn down a fucking truckload of money to make sure my family's taken care of? No.
Nope.
Do I want to perform? Of course.
Yep.
Especially if I'm on a level of Kevin Owens. Yeah, of course I do. Do I know I could be a big star pretty much any fucking place I walk into at that level? Yeah. But at the end of the day, if you're not taking care of your fucking family, then go fuck yourself. So all the IWC douchebags who are crying and complaining, I'm never going to cheer for him again. I don't think he gives 2 flying fucks. Just like I don't give 2 flying fucks. I'm just happy the man got his fucking paycheck, takes care of his family. Oh, and by the way, he's still on fucking TV every week. He's still putting on great fucking matches, in case anybody was wondering. Throw him in with anybody and he can fucking perform. Give him something worthwhile and you'll see some fucking magic happen. Hey, there's a reason that him and fucking Sammy still tear the house down after fucking wrestling each other for the past 47 years. Okay? No matter what company they're in or what kind of match it is. The guy's fucking gold. So that's just a little side note. But yeah, let's tone it back with the surprises. But hey, I'm all for the Briscoes. Let's do it.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna double down and say I think the next one it's going to be the Briscoes. I mean, when we did our Ring of Honor draft, I took the Briscoes with my first pick and had them go to AEW because I think they would be a great addition to the already stacked tag team division, and they're really the only real true tag team out there that has never been, in a major, featured on a major in a major promotion, and I think it's it's their time, and I mean I definitely look forward to seeing the Briscoes tear it up with FTR. See them in there, with all the great tag teams. I mean, Briscoes versus, the Lucha Brothers. That would be insane. I mean, Briscoes versus the Bucks. I know we've seen it before, and I'm not going to turn down. I mean, the Briscoes can go to AEW and work with any of those teams, and I think put out a great match. So, and yeah, obviously, I know it's been reported Brody King's already signed. They're just waiting for him for the right moment to make his debut, and I think when he does, it's going to be amazing. And him and Malachi Black are gonna run roughshod. But I mean, I think, I'm with Joey K as well too on the fact that maybe they need to kind of tone it down because that while their roster is getting to be pretty it's pretty much I would say bloated, I guess would be a good word to put in but I mean the one thing I do like about AEW is that they still they have enough outlets. I mean they have Dark, they have Elevation, they have Rampage, and I mean they get it. They feature while they have just as probably about as I say in terms of number of talents, their roster's got to be comparable to what WWE has, but AEW does a much better job of not featuring a wider variety of the talents that they have. Like you don't see the same people, on every single show. You're not seeing the fourth or fifth rematch between two particular guys, when you have all these other guys that are just sitting back and catering, collecting the paycheck.
Oh, what? You're not going to see Dewdrop and Bianca Belair for the 87th time this fucking month?
I've already lost count with how many times we've seen them wrestle after this week, but I mean, I didn't really pay too much attention to Raw because I could say that for another topic and stuff. But yeah, next big surprise debut in AEW. I'm with Joey K. It's going to be the Briscoes, and I would not be surprised to see it happen this week's episode of Dynamite. Hot one, you tripling down, or you got someone else?
So this week's episode of Dynamite, it's is it on Wednesday still, or is the holiday special on Saturday?
It's Wednesday, and then Rampage is going to be on Christmas.
Yeah, okay. Saturday Rampage.
Saturday Rampage, Christmas edition. I might be that kid who just loves to get a nice present on Christmas. Give me a delay. Have somebody debut on Rampage, man. Give Rampage a little shine. It might be a good place to get Malachi Black and Brody King on a Rampage. Bring him on in Rampage. Kind of tease it on Dynamite. I mean, Malachi Black's slated for a match that really makes no sense for this week, unless maybe you have somebody take him out. You'd be like, oh, yeah, we'll tell you who it is on Rampage. But
Malachi Black's opponent does have a tag team partner. So
yeah. So, I mean, there's ways to do it, but I guess I'm going with the less obvious. I don't want to take the low-hanging fruit of the Briscoes because I know they're coming. But I really want to see a debut on Christmas just because it'll give you all the feels and it'll be like AEW's Christmas present to the fans. Here's Brody King or whatever he'll be known as. So yeah, I'm gonna take the path less traveled to go with Brody King on Christmas.
One other one that I actually just thought of before we move on to our next topic here that I thought of, I believe last week on Dynamite, Adam Cole teased that he was going to have a Christmas present that he was going to unwrap.
Ooh.
On that. So maybe we might get more than one debut.
Could be O'Reilly.
That's what I was thinking. I thought possibly we could see Kyle O'Reilly show up in on Dynamite because he's, as far as I know, he's officially a free agent. And that, so I mean, I would not be surprised maybe if we get both, the Briscoes and Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah. So we've been kind of talking about it throughout the show and stuff. And if you listened to us last week, once again, thank you. If you haven't listened to last week's episode, you can always go back to wherever you get your podcast from. Apple, Spotify, Google, or right on our YouTube page, and listen to last week's episode. That was basically, it was just Joey K and I, because Jovan was he was still trying to find his car and everything, and we wanted to give him some rest because he had a busy weekend. But Jovan, we spent last week towards the end just talking about a lot of things about experiences over the past weekend. Joey K also spent a good about 5 minutes talking about how good Matt Taven smells.
and fucking smells good, man. I stand by that shit. A week later, I still stand by it.
I met Taven on Sunday. He smelled really nice.
Right? Yeah. What the fuck, dude?
He smelled nice.
So, but Jovan, this is your time. Why don't you share with the audience your experiences from a couple weekends ago?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you fly into a different city, make sure that your rental car is paid with a credit card, first off, because that was my issue in Chicago. Apparently, it has to be credit card, not debit card, or they'll try to put a $500 hold on your debit card. And if you don't have $500 to pass, they're not going to let you go. Who the fuck has an extra $500 on them? Not me. Fuck out of here. But, you know, that was a very nice $60 Uber ticket, $70 Uber ticket for me to meet up with DDJ and fellow friend of ours, Ty. But then again, when you do things all the right way and you have a truck booked like I did in Baltimore and they end up renting the sumbitch and then they don't want to kind of meet you in the middle and give you something else, you give them the birds, you go to a movie theater and watch a movie until Joey K is in town and you ride with him on into the show. I mean, yeah, it was a great fucking trip. Baltimore, you filthy animals. The whole city is a ghetto. I swear to God, it was just terrible. I was happy I didn't get shot. I'm sorry if you live in Baltimore. You know your town is horrible. Your freaking AMC theaters was behind a fucking like 18-wheeler school, and I felt like I was gonna get shot in the movie. And the bathrooms didn't work in the movie, and I went to go see the Eternals. It's a 2.5-hour movie, not to be able to take a piss. Horrible. Do better. From there, Chicago. Chicago's great, man. I love Chicago. I have no beef with the city of Chicago.
And you probably love their beef.
I love their beef. Yeah, no, that shredded beef. Get out of here. Chicago's AMC was a lot more ritzier. I felt like I was walking into a fucking yeah. I went to
Rosemont. That is a nice theater. I have been in that theater that Ty and I dropped you off at, and it is a very nice theater.
Is this a fucking mark out podcast for AMC movie theaters? Are you getting fucking free tickets or something?
Ladies
what kind
and gentlemen,
of shill bullshit is this?
If you're not part of the AMC Theaters A-lister, where you can watch 3 movies for free every week for only $20 a month, it is a fucking steal.
Get the fuck
That
out
way,
of here.
when you're in crappy cities like Baltimore, you could pass the time in the theater and hopefully you don't get stabbed. Or you could be in a real nice city like Chicago and go to a theater that has real good concessions, heated seats, they recline. It was beautiful. But anyway, I like movies, yes. So I saw during my trip to see Ring of Honor, I saw The Eternals, and during my trip in Chicago before coming back to Dallas, I saw Resident Evil, or more or less, I saw like 10 minutes of it before I fell asleep in the theater. Sorry to everybody in that show. I was snoring like a motherfucker, but do understand. I flew from Dallas to Baltimore, Baltimore to Chicago, Chicago back to Dallas. So I was tired as fuck.
Yeah, you slept all pretty much all Monday after you got off work.
Oh, dude, I was dead to the world. But
no shit. Because I'm pretty sure we recorded a fucking show and nobody heard from you. Like you fucking died. What
dude,
the hell, dude?
I didn't even expect it. I literally got off of work, got me a drink. I was like, damn, that was a hard day. And then I was on the sofa and I just became one with that sofa until 2:00 in the morning.
This motherfucker messages us. Hey guys, I'm just going to try to catch a nap because I'm done early today. I'm exhausted from the travel. We're like, yeah, no worries. And now you have to understand, we're all in different fucking time zones here. So I get the latest shift because I'm on the East Coast. And we typically record, pull back the curtain, typically record East Coast time, 11 p.m. or later. As tonight, right now, currently, it is after midnight. So I'm already in the next fucking day for this show.
After midnight and something.
This fucking goof. Yeah, this fucking goofball. Yeah, I'm gonna take a little nap. I'll let you guys know when I'm up. Okay. Me and DDJ are sitting here just jerking off the whole we're like, let's just go. Let's go. Let's get this out of the way. Cause this motherfucker, he's missing in action. He's fucking dead somewhere in an alleyway behind a fucking Hertz rental service. I don't know.
Outside of AMC theaters.
And yeah, he's fucking stuffed in a dumpster behind the AMC theater. And I'm like,
wait, did you say stuffed in a dumpster or getting stuffed behind a dumpster?
Oh,
he could. Hey, that's his personal choice. He can get stuffed behind any fucking dumpster he wants to get stuffed behind. I got no shame in that. Power to you, brother. Come out, man. It's all good. Oh, he disappeared. Anyway, so yeah, this motherfucker's like, I'm gonna take a nap. That nap turned into a fucking 24-hour siesta. He's passed the fuck out. We record a whole fucking show that was pretty much centered around him. and go like, hey, he did the most traveling of anybody because he flew to fucking Baltimore, and then he flew to Chicago and flew all the way back fucking home. So we're like, yo, we got some stories, we got some laughs. This fucking goofball doesn't even show up for work that day. So
no, well, if I remember actually correctly, we were supposed to record Monday, but we never heard from him, so we didn't because we were going to try to get our episode out on Tuesday. But we ended up recording I think it was we ended up recording that Wednesday because I had work, and then we were going to do the three of us that I think it was Wednesday or whatever because we put the episode out on Thursday. But he had family that came in. That's why he couldn't. He ended up. That's why he's just like, just go ahead and do it. But yeah, we were all set to go, you and I. And then, like you said, yeah, unbeknownst to the both of us, he was like you said, he was out, taking a siesta and.
Yeah. So when the fucking bear finally comes out of hibernation, he's like, oh shit, I didn't even know I had family that flew in from another fucking country. I can't make it. I'm like, oh, how long did you fucking nap, sir? That an entire fucking plane full of family members just kind of fucking rolled right into town. That's how long he slept after his weekend.
And I feel like history's repeating this stuff, Joey, because again, this is supposed to be about his experiences,
right?
And he's gone.
And here we are, fucking once again, jerking each other off while he probably fell the fuck asleep. So there we go. That's Jovan's wrestling trip memories. Don't know what they are because he fell asleep and he's got no fucking internet connection. So moving on. That was
I had to take a brief pause.
That was a great story, Jovan. Moving on.
I had come on. I had two dogs trying to kill each other, so I had to pull them apart real quick because that little one's got some balls on him. Little bastards, dude. It's always the little ones that want to fight with the bigger ones. But anyway,
you're out of breath and shit now, dude. What the fuck's going on in your house?
Dude, I'm telling you, I had to chase that motherfucker. But anyway, I had to separate them. You got to keep them separated. You got to keep it separated. Anyway, where was I? AMC theaters, yes.
You're talking about falling asleep, or it was either falling asleep or getting stuffed behind a dumpster.
I fell asleep in that movie, man, in Chicago before I hit the airport. Which, let me say this. If you're traveling, the airport in Baltimore at least is nice. It has a nice sitting area for you to wait out between your terminals. Even if you're there overnight and your flight's like real butt crack early dawn, they have a nice seating area. Chicago doesn't. Fuck you, Chicago O'Hare. Horrible fucking airport to kind of like pass some time in. I felt like a bum. Matter of fact, I'm sure a bum gave me $1 because he thought I was a bum because I was laid up on a pole with my phone plugged into the pole because my phone didn't want to charge for shit that weekend. And I was there just laid out, backpack on top of me. That way no one takes my bag. I've got my phone charging. I think this dude gave me $1. And I'm like, hey, I'll take it. Hey, thanks. But, shit. Ring of Honor was awesome. Got to see Joey K. Met Brother K. He was a pretty cool guy. Brother John. Great show, man. I mean, I almost died getting to the venue. I almost died getting out of the venue. It was a hell of a walk. Like, honestly, if you guys go to wrestling events and you're a big person, get yourself handicap placards because, goddamn, it's a lot less of a walk than having to go up a hill, down a hill, in the cold. When you're asthmatic and fat and in the cold, it doesn't mix. I could have fucking died.
I wasn't going to say anything. I wasn't going to bring it up, but if you brought it up, bro, we get halfway through this walk, and he's like, go on without me. I'm like, motherfucker, the show doesn't stop.
Go on without me. I'm not going to make it.
I'm like, you all right, bro? Like
I was seeing Jesus because it was uphill at that point. And by the time we got to the handicap spots, I'm like, oh, my chest. Oh, my God. This is not going to work. Just go. I'll be up there in a minute. Dude, it was bad. It was bad. I'm not going to lie to you. It was bad.
Yeah, it was a bit of a hike for the parking. I'm not going to lie. It was a bit of a hike.
Yeah, it wasn't no fucking skidoo.
Was Jovan about ready to pull a Fred Sanford?
Yeah.
He did. He actually met Red Fox, who's been dead for years, and then came back to life. So Jovan, he was speaking to angels that night.
It was bad. It was real bad.
Was he knocking on heaven's door?
On the way back, yeah.
He was praying, dear sweet 7-pound, 10-ounce baby Jesus.
Don't even know a word yet.
Please don't even know a word yet. Please don't let me die before this Ring of Honor show.
Taking that stairway to heaven.
Look,
it was Jovan's final battle.
It was my final battle. But I made it. We made it to the door. It was good. I got to stand around for a good 30 minutes before they started letting us in. Rushed the merch table. Got lucky to get an event shirt. Got DDJ an event shirt.
I did not get an event shirt because I will tell you, I was bargain shopping like a motherfucker.
I heard about that, yeah.
So they had half the merch section, which was like fucking money. Just piles of stacks of shirts, some older shirts. But like they're like, if your size is there, all these shirts are $3 each. Dude, I spent like fucking $23, got 5 shirts, 2 hats, a fucking
free koozie
rim job. It was ridiculous, dude. Like you got the whole full service chortling the balls and everything package. It was amazing.
Wow.
So no, I got some really cool shirts, which
like
actually,
if you didn't wear really big boy sizes, you were able to find some really good shirts. If you were really big boy size, they kind of fucked you a little bit.
Yeah.
I lucked out. I lucked out with mine. I'm not gonna lie, because I got some big guy sizes I wear too. So but I was fucking stoked. I had a bag full of merch, which paid off because that's how fucking PJ Black shouted us out and came over post match and got a picture with me ringside. Because after they won that 10-man tag, I was holding up the fucking Darewolf shirt that I picked up for $3. Nice deal. And like he pointed me out from the ring. And if you actually watch the playback, once they're on the ring, they're raising their hands on the hard cam. You see him roll out of the ring and come walking down towards the hard cam side. That's because he's walking over to me and he comes over. He's like, hey, brother. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? He goes, come on, let's get a picture together. Let's get a picture. I'm like, well, fuck yeah. All right, bro.
If you had a marker, you would have signed that fucking shirt.
I know. And I regret not having one after seeing your fucking hat signed right now. So I was a little disappointed with that. But he was cool as fuck. Everybody was cool as fuck that we met that night. So,
dude, so Ring of Honor, hell of a show. Joey K is getting these phenomenal fucking photos from ringside, which I've asked for 15 times, but I guess I can do like all the marks and go to @JoeKoon on Twitter and just steal them from there.
Steal them with no credit.
That's like cool. 6 times. So I could be like, oh, I was there too. Shit. Also, shout out to my homie from AFW, man, that came out of nowhere. Fucking.
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Fucking knew somebody at the match, man. Where the hell does that happen? I'm from Texas, Baltimore. But no, dude. Then I'm not gonna dog Baltimore much more after this. But that disgrace of a brisket sandwich and chicken sandwich that y'all found yourself selling,
bro.
First off, as a Texan, it is disrespectful to give brisket and cover that in Frank's Red Hots and call that barbecue sandwich. Fuck yourselves.
All right. Side note to that is, motherfucker, I was thoroughly disgusted by the second option, which was the chicken sandwich, which was the driest chunk of fucking alleged chicken breast on a bun I've ever eaten in my fucking life.
Fucking
like you almost see somebody die at Ring of Honor, and it was me choking on that dry fucking sandwich at ringside.
Wait. You almost died at the Ring of Honor show while choking on your chicken?
Yes. Also, not the first time, but this time was terrible because we were in Baltimore and I was further from home. The food was fucking appalling, dude. It was so bad.
I should have got the ice cream.
So I know, right? The yogurt girls who were like, "You guys want yogurt?" And you were like, "All right, baby, I might stop back."
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck. I'm kicking myself later because I'm like, we passed up fucking froyo for this horse shit.
It's exactly what I thought when I bit into that barbecue sandwich. I'm like, oh, I should have got the froyo. Damn it.
The only good part about anything I had there was the fucking Sprite, because that saved my life. Like, fucking bottle of Sprite literally saved me. So I hope they can put that on their Sprite holiday commercial instead of claymation LeBron bullshit. Like, no, this fucking fat kid at ringside at a wrestling show, we saved his fucking life. Put that on a fucking poster, Sprite. Jesus Christ.
So that's the end of Baltimore, guys. Baltimore was a trip. Got to meet Joey K in person. It was hilarious. DDJ in Chicago, man, what a day we had. They picked me up at Buffalo Wild Wings after I Ubered there from having a massive meltdown in the Chicago O'Hare fucking car rental lounge, where they basically were like, just get the fuck out. And I'm like, fine, fuck you guys, I'm going home. But got an Uber to the town to where at least the event was, got to have some wings, saw the Cowboys play, and
almost blow a lead.
Fuck, I can't believe they almost lost that fucking game, 27-20 at the end. But we get to the event, and God help us, Chelsea Green says that she can't go to the event in Chicago, and that sets off our friend Ty, who makes it his personal mission that whole day to fucking destroy Warrior Wrestling for false advertising. So bad that I think right now he's fucking banned from their Facebook page.
Yeah, he's definitely blocked. He confirmed with us. He ended up getting a block.
It was so good. Because, I mean, big spoilers for that show. Will Ospreay won the main title at Warrior Wrestling off of Trey Miguel. And they announced him for the big show they're going to do at the beginning of the year in South Bend, which Ty promptly responded with, I bet he doesn't show when they reschedule that match. It was just a great display of overall just fucking trolling that he did, because they even had a guy walking around with the cameras like, tell us what you love about Warrior Wrestling, and he's in line, oh god, I wish I see that guy, I'll let him know what I think about Warrior Wrestling. Yeah. He was gonna burn the fucking company. But good parts, man, I got to meet Will Ospreay. What a fucking bro.
Hey, tell him the story he told us from the Jericho cruise.
So I meet Will Ospreay. Mind you, this is me coming off of the flight from Dallas to Baltimore, Baltimore to Chicago. Oh, on that flight from Baltimore to Chicago was one Jay Lethal. Literally sat three seats in front of me, and I wanted to say hi so bad, but I was like, let the man live, because he's had like a hell of a match. He's probably tired. It's fucking early as shit. So I let Jay Lethal go. But Jay Lethal, if you ever hear this, you run like a motherfucker. Because the moment that plane opened up, I was like, okay, if I catch him in the hallway when we get off of this plane, I'm going to be like, hey, can I get a photo? He was only 3 rows ahead of me. I did not see that motherfucker at all after he left. He was gone. Like, he must have been running.
Well, I know he had to get over to C2E2.
Well, I bet he made it on time. I'll tell you that right now. Fast motherfucker. So yeah, Jay Lethal was on my plane, which is pretty pimp. But no, we get there and I'm beat to fuck. I'm tired, guys. I mean, I've had this whole endeavor where I've been 2 nights in a row in a fucking airport. Well, at that time, 1 night at the fucking airport, but I'm beat, not a lot of sleep. And I meet Will Ospreay and I'm wearing my Ring of Honor shirt. And Ospreay goes, were you there last night? And I said, yeah. And I said, I'm tired as hell, but I'm here. And he goes, respect, but you want to know real respect? Try 60 hours, piss fucking drunk, no sleep, Jericho cruise. I was like, oh shit.
We popped for that big time.
Dude, this guy's talking about he was just straight up drunk from bell to bell at the Jericho cruise. And that's when I was like, okay, we need to do this Jericho cruise. Yeah. So think about it. We got to do this, gentlemen. Joey, get your fears under wraps. We got to go, man. Come on.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, too, but didn't we try to see if we could get Thunder Rosa to try to see if she could carry you on her back?
So we're in line for Thunder Rosa. And this dude that was before our group, because it was me, Ty, and DDJ, this dude gets there and she holds him like fucking Scooby-Doo and Shaggy.
Like a baby almost.
Like a baby. Like she's got him cradled in her arms and this little guy is just laughing and it's killing him. And Ty's smart ass looks at her and goes, okay, he's next. He points at me, and she's like, "Oh no. Which I don't give her no grief, man. Hell, I wouldn't be able to pick me up either. I love Thunder Rosa, but we got a good photo. I look drunk in it. I don't know how I look drunk in it. We didn't even start to drink yet, but I looked like I was gone.
Yeah, no, that was before we start. That's before we had our first beer.
Yeah, I look gone. I don't know what it was. I just had permanent beer face.
That's fucking Baltimore for you.
That was Baltimore drunk by fucking association with that town. Maybe I sat on a needle at the AMC. Who knows? Just took a while to kick it.
That took a dark turn.
Hey man, I'm telling you, I'm burying Baltimore. I'm sorry, guys. If you live in Baltimore, you know your city's trash, straight garbage. But it's okay. I'll probably never be back.
You may not be welcome back after this episode.
I'm not picking you the fuck up riding around with you. I've seen The Wire, dude. Fuck that noise.
Yeah. They want to be about it. I'm in Texas. Come on, we were about it. Anyways, back to Warrior Wrestling. Met Rocky Romero. Rocky was cool as shit. Matt Taven smelt fantastic and was cool as shit. DDJ had an ultimate Taven fanboy moment where I thought that I was going to have to take him away because the line was literally looking at him like, how long is this guy going to be with Taven?
I wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I wish I was there because I would just been yelling move it on or fucking blow him already.
That's where I was getting to. I was waiting for him to take his pants down.
I would have been there.
DDJ was going through Taven's best matches, favorite moments, highlights, memorable matches. And when you're talking about childhood memories, and you're talking about a guy who knows wrestling trivia better than the backside of his own dingus, he's going to be there for a while. So yeah, he had Matt Taven going.
Hey Matt, let me tell you about this one time with Mark Henry. Taven's like, get the fuck out of my line already.
Taven's trying to push him along and he's not moving. But no, Taven was fucking amazing. He signed my hat. So did Rocky. Got him up here. Then I saw Sky Blue. It was kind of weird. I didn't want to take a photo with Sky Blue because she's so young. And then I think DDJ even pointed it out. It's kind of weird looking at her ass because she's like 20 something. But I took a photo with her anyway. Be like, "What's up? Hey, peace."
He was really cool.
She was nice. She was really nice. Didn't get to see Demonic Flamita because he was one of the first people to go in. Saw Trey Miguel, but he was pushing his shoes that he was selling there. Who else did I see? That was about it, dude. I think big thing was just being there for some of those matches that were just amazing. Fucking Thunder Rosa's match with Mercedes Martinez was greatness.
The three-way with Ospreay, Trey Miguel, and Blake Christian.
That popped the whole crowd. That shit was amazing. And then immediately after winning the belt, still sweaty, still in his gear, Ospreay jumps out the ring, is like, "Let's party." Goes back to where he was taking photos and keeps taking photos with people.
Yep, he came out. I fist bumped him when he came out. I saw him come out and I fist bumped him.
Oh, shout out to Hector. We saw Hector there for all of a minute. Fucking Hot Wheeling around, dude. There was no saying hi to Hector because his fucking wheels were on fire. He was all over the damn place.
He was all over the place, yeah.
Who else? What else did we do? I think that was about it in Chicago, man. We had a lot of beer. We had at least 3 rounds of beer.
We each bought. Each of us bought a round. So yeah, we had 3.
It was cheap beer though. It's Chicago. It was your Coors and your Millers. It was like $5 a go, so it wasn't bad. We all got to sit together, which was cool.
Yeah.
Seeing Ty root for everybody but one person in the 4-way was hilarious. Seeing him kill everybody that wasn't named Chelsea Green in the Roxy match was hilarious. Ty was just a hell of a fucking great guy to be with at this event because he had me laughing so fucking hard from bell up to bell down. And to see some of these marks who show up in wrestling gear, I don't want to ask, did you used to wrestle? Because your guts looks a little big inside of those leotards, and you've got all these belts. And were you used to be a wrestler? Are you just cosplaying right now? It's kind of rude to ask.
Well, there was C2E2 weekend, so
I know that's what I'm saying. You don't want to ask those questions, but there's a good chance that these guys aren't wrestlers. They just fucking love Will Ospreay. But no, dude, overall it was a hell of a weekend. Sun up to sundown, 2 great shows back to back, then come home, get to work. And I didn't have to use my PTO. Shout out to my boss, who was like, it's just an hour. We're salary. You always work over 5 o'clock anyways. Don't worry about it. So I didn't even have to use the hour.
Shout out to the boss man.
Hell yeah. Shout out to the boss man. But when I got off of work that day, I did crash like a motherfucker. I was gone, man. I was gone to this world. I think I woke up at like 2 when I text you guys. I'm sorry. I just woke up. But that was the weekend.
That's a hell of a weekend, and I mean, it's just love having these memories that we can share, with the, experiences we've had with each other and being able to share with everybody who listens to this show and stuff, and
internet wrestling community. I hope you understand from this whole story I told you between Baltimore to Chicago. During all that time, I didn't sleep in a hotel. I didn't have a room. I didn't have a car. I slept in the hotels. I didn't sleep in the hotels. I slept at the airports, right? From the time
he traveled like Mick Foley was rumored to travel.
Yes, from the time I left Dallas to the time I got back to Dallas, I slept in airports. Now, I say all this to say one thing. If myself, a pretty big guy, was able to do that for the whole weekend, and yet I didn't show up to a single show smelling like dick and ass, what's your excuse?
Oh, man.
I utilized the bathrooms everywhere I was at to freshen up. I had my, underarm deodorant.
Oh, yeah, you freshened up right before we left B-Dubs to head over to the show.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I was making sure I was good to go. I did the same thing in the AMC. I made sure I was fresh. I didn't smell like 10 types of ass. So, wrestling community, do better, because some of y'all at these shows smell like ass. If I was able to not smell like ass and I didn't have a place to freshen up, but bathrooms, do better.
Fuck that, man. The hot one's out there rolling around with the fucking black ice car freshener tucked up under his schnuts for an entire 48-hour fucking bender of pro wrestling and debauchery. Like, yeah, IWC, you can do better. This motherfucker, he was like, yo, I got some fucking airport cologne and a fucking car air freshener. What's
Smelling
up?
like a taxi cab.
2 fucking days, baby.
You can go to Walmart and buy a 2-pack of deodorant for like $3.
Get you some Axe body spray. I'd rather you smell like a prepubescent boy than ass.
Apparently, that is breaking fucking news to the IWC that you can get a 2-pack of deodorant for $3 at Walmart. We need to plug that shit probably a little bit more for everybody. So shout out 2-pack of fucking Degree for men. You're the real fucking internet champion.
You the real MVP.
But they'll buy a Scarlet Bordeaux 8x10 for $40 and not get deodorant.
Yeah, and meanwhile, watch her dry heave while they stand next to her trying to like sneak a picture of her ass. Fuck out of here, clowns. Fucking IWC jerk-offs. God, there's nothing I hate more than getting fucking assaulted in my fucking nose by some stinky wrestling fans. Like, dude, I wear expensive cologne, and I'm not fucking bragging. This is a straight fucking shoot. I wear expensive cologne. I always have since I was fucking young man. I like smelling good. That's just how I fucking
shower every day. In fact, I stay. We're recording this on Monday. I was off work. My wife and son are officially on Christmas break. I did not leave my house at all today. So, like, about a couple hours before we start recording, I'm thinking, oh fuck, I never took a shower. So I as soon as my wife went to go lay down with my son, I'm like, I'm hopping in the shower.
Fuck yeah, dude. Take a fucking shower. I'm not walking around smelling like a fucking deli sandwich with a fucking lump of schmegma, shout out SGS, tucked up underneath my fucking schnuts. No, I'm fucking smelling good. And I'm fucking throwing some expensive cologne on because that's how I fucking roll. I rock Prada to the Ring of Honor show, just so everybody knows. So maybe Taven was the best smelling fucking wrestler there. I was probably the best smelling person in the fucking crowd, though. So I want to be very clear about that. And hey, Matt Taven, if you are listening to this, fucking hit me back. Be like, yo, dude in the fucking front row when I almost blew my knee out diving over the top. That guy smelled pretty good. I'd appreciate some fucking love back. Where's my fucking flowers?
Here's a little bit of a cheap pop. Buy some Prada and smell like the premier Joe. Buy a bottle of Prada and you too can smell like the premier Joey K.
I'd
That's
give a
gonna
whole
be a shirt.
dude. I'll do a whole fucking show of the top 10 colognes that are currently in my fucking household right now. And dude, we'll fucking go overtime. That's a bonus episode coming 2022. I will fucking drop that knowledge and I'll tell you how not to smell like an old fucking dirty ball sack at a wrestling show.
And I've already got the title for that episode. We'll call it Oh, Did Joey K.
Yeah, you're fucking right. It is because I smell like a fucking champion. Ask any of my friends. Look, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a big dude. It gets hot under those ring lights. I fucking start sweating a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I already planned ahead though because I'm like, you know what? It's gonna be hot. I'm gonna be sweating. A little extra fucking deodorant under the arms. Little shot of Prada under my balls, and we're A-O-fucking-K. But these motherfuckers show up there like, oh, cool. Yeah, I haven't had a shower since Tuesday. And I'm going to go fucking raise my arms up and start fucking cheering and yelling for, Chelsea Green because she's so fucking hot. Well, guess what, Chief? You made her throw up in the back. And that's on you, IWC. You made a woman puke because you smell like a fucking dumpster. Merry Christmas, everyone.
So no holiday episode would be complete without sharing some memories from Christmases past. And it's obviously we're coming up on Christmas, or if you're of the Jewish faith, Hanukkah just recently finished up, I believe. And that we've got we lost Jovan, so I'll switch over the overlay here till he gets back, but we'll wait for it. We'll start out kind of reminisce here, and then once we get Jovan back, we can let him in and stuff. But just obviously this episode drops a couple days before Christmas, and Christmas is one of my favorite times of the year because especially now, or even more so once I became a dad, because now I get to see Christmas in a way that like my mom and dad probably saw when I was my son's age. Like my son's excited about Santa coming and getting presents and seeing what's in his stocking and things like that. And that's kind of some of the stuff that I love about Christmas nowadays and stuff. But like, we all talk about like, things that happened when we were, younger, favorite presents or, things like that. So let's just shoot and share some Christmas memories. And one that comes for me right off the bat was, I believe it was Christmas 1990. And the big thing that year was the original Game Boy. So, I wanted that because I was really hardcore into Nintendo at the time and stuff. And that was like my big thing. That was what I wanted. I wanted a Game Boy. That was my big thing. We're opening presents. I opened one up, and it's a carrying case for the Game Boy. So, in the back of my mind, I knew then I was getting one. But my mom kind of tried to downplay. It's like, I don't know. And we got Jay back here. So, there he is.
I was laughing so hard at Joe.
What did you say?
You were laughing so hard you did something, and then you froze up for a second. We thought we almost lost you again.
I hit the front of the laptop and it hit off the Wi-Fi.
You made him laugh so hard he turned off his Wi-Fi.
That's how funny I am. I will fuck up your internet connection. So listen up, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, you.
So going back to oh no, we did not again.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for anything to get Jovan for Christmas, get him a reliable internet service.
Oh God, he's killing me.
But anyways, going back to my story, so a few presents later, I opened up this big box. And there it was. It was the Game Boy. It was like a ton of games. It was like about 6, 7 games. And it was like it was what I wanted. And I was set. Like I was at that point. I was like, all right, you know what? I'm done with whatever presents we got to open. I want to get through this because I wanted to get into that thing and stuff. And it was probably one of my favorite, Christmas memories. I got a few more. Yep, and he's gone again.
Once again.
And
dipping out of the show. Fucking unbelievable.
He's back again, so we'll get him back on here.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
We were just bringing up a suggestion here as I was finishing up my story. It's like if anybody's out there looking to get the Hot One something for Christmas, is get them reliable internet.
Dude, I don't know what happened, but as soon as like the internet dropped from my computer, when I switched it back on, now it doesn't want to connect to the freaking internet. So I'm on the cell phone.
Gotcha.
Joey K broke my computer.
Yeah. Joey K broke Yvonne's internet.
Breaking hearts, breaking beds, breaking Wi-Fi. That's what we do.
But Joey K, what do you got? What's something that you just remember from Christmas past?
Well, I have a lot of wonderful memories growing up. Some really cool stuff when my mom and my stepdad got me like the NES, and that was the first time I ever stayed up like past 2 a.m. until my mother came out of the bedroom and screamed at my stepdad and myself to turn the fucking system off right now or it's going back.
Speaking of which, do you have HBO Max?
I do, and we watched 8-Bit Christmas.
Yes, what'd you think of that?
I watched it with my daughter. I thought it was fantastic. It was fucking hilarious. She loved it too. She was really into it because that was about the age I was, roughly like close to her age, the time Nintendo was huge and stuff like that. Yep. So the original NES system. So it was really a fun movie. It was a really cute Christmas movie. So
but go back. I'm just sorry you brought that up and it just made me think of that movie. So I had to bring that up.
So I have some cool memories like that. We grew up, some years were really good. Some years were really tight. So we grew up with not much money. We had like dollar store Christmases and shit like that too. So it wasn't always
not going to be $1.25 stores because Dollar Tree went up to $1.25.
Yeah, exactly. But we had, we had good times, we had tough times, but it was always good. So if you guys do follow me on TikTok, there are fucked up stories from my childhood that shaped me to be the person I am. So right now, this is something I was going to record for that, but I'm going to share it with you guys tonight, especially on Shooting Shit. So, welcome to Fucked Up Stories about Joey K's childhood, featuring my father, not my stepdad who mostly raised me, but my father who dipped in and out of my life and pretty much fucked up my childhood and grew me into the fucking human that I am today that really gives no fucks and is kind of a mess. So, one year Christmas, I want to say it was probably 92-ish, 93-ish, somewhere around there. Young Premier, 10, 11, 12 years old, whatever I might have been at that time. My father decides to reach out to my mother and say, I want to spend Christmas with my son. My mother agrees to this. So I have an entire Christmas break at my father's house, which I never really had before. It was always limited time. However, this particular year must have been a good year for my father. He picks me up December 23rd, 2 days before Christmas, and says, hey, pal, what do you want for Christmas? And I was like, oh, man, I got some stuff. I got some ideas. And he goes and reaches into his pocket, and he pulls out a fucking wad of cash. And that wad of cash, as he told me, was for my Christmas presents. And he said, where do you want to go? So I wanted some I was playing hockey at the time, so I wanted some new hockey equipment, some basketball jersey, NBA jerseys, NFL jerseys, all kinds of cool shit. So we went to a local store down in Delaware, and I went through the entire store and I picked out all the stuff I could for this entire amount of cash, which was a pretty decent amount of money. So as we went through, and this might be something different for you parents and kids nowadays, but back then the cashier would ring you out and go, oh, would you like gift boxes for this? Complimentary gift boxes, which you now have to pay for. And my father says, oh, yeah, that's a great idea. Throw them in there. So he packs these giant fucking shopping bags with all the stuff that we purchased and gift boxes, and we proceed back to the house. Now, I'm happier than a fucking pig in shit because I just got a whole bunch of cool shit for Christmas. I cannot wait to rock my fucking Charles Barkley Phoenix Suns jersey. I was so fucking stoked on that shit. So I'm all hyped up. I got a whole bunch of cool shit. We head back to my dad's place, and I proceed to start to empty these bags out, all excited because I'm like, I got all my fucking Christmas presents. I got everything I possibly wanted. My father goes, whoa, 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 hold on. What are we doing here? And I'm like, what? I'm just gonna fucking put on one of my cool new jerseys right now. And he's like, no. That's for Christmas, pal. So I was like, oh, okay. Well, and I was fine with it until he said, those gift boxes we got, I need you to wrap all these presents. And I looked at him like, what the fuck? Are you serious right now? This motherfucker made me box and gift wrap every single fucking Christmas present that I got that year on my own. Not to mention, I'm a 39-year-old grown man who cannot fucking wrap Christmas presents well. So can you only imagine how well I wrapped Christmas presents at 10, 11, or 12? Yeah, yep. It ain't fucking pretty. So I was judged on the merit of my wrapping skills. And guess what? I did not pass the test. This motherfucker tore the wrapping paper off, made me re-wrap my fucking presents till they were presentable. Also yelled at me for wasting the fucking wrapping paper. And I'm like, dude, who are you wrapping for? You just took me to a store to buy me all my shit for fucking Christmas. And that's the only things in this house. So who else is fucking using this wrapping paper? Nope. Had to spend my entire fucking night wrapping and boxing my own fucking Christmas presents and putting them under the Christmas tree for alleged Christmas morning pictures that, hey, spoiler alert, never fucking happened. Didn't even get the courtesy of opening a Christmas present on fucking Christmas Eve. Like, oh, can I open one? He's like, fuck no, as he's fucking completely loaded. So I had to wait around. And then Christmas morning comes. Guess what doesn't happen? No fucking pictures. But you know what he does tell me? Hey, I want you to act surprised when you open it. Oh, really, motherfucker? You want me to act surprised after 48 hours go by of me picking out my own fucking presents, boxing my own fucking presents, and gift wrapping 2 times over my fucking Christmas presents? Sure, I'll be surely fucking surprised for my Green Bay Packers Reggie White jersey and my new fucking goalie pads. Go fuck yourself. That is a fucking Christmas memory of my fucked up childhood, which is why even today I have plenty of great friends who will wrap presents for my children gladly and happily, because me, it's just a fucking traumatic memory. I'm just going to fuck it up, and I can hear my old man fucking screaming at me, telling me it's not good enough. And I'm like, fuck you, Dad. It is good enough because my kids are just going to tear off the fucking paper anyway.
Exactly.
So, there you have it. That's a fucking fantastic fucked up childhood memory of Christmas gone past. Thank you.
And if you want to hear more stories about Joey K's fucked up childhood, Joey K, how can they do so?
So you can find me on TikTok at PandaPop, PandaPop 66. I have a few funny fucking stories on there already. More to come. I'm going to talk about my mom, which she is going to fucking hate. But my mom was a real one back in the day, man. She was a fucking killer. So yeah, I got some funny stories coming up about my mom. Of course, plenty of fucking wild shit about my father, his lack of underwear, the fucking car that didn't go in reverse. There's a whole bunch of shit on fucking tap that's coming up. So if you want to hear some stupid shit about me growing up and turning into the fucking asshole I am today, tune in. Follow me, like them. Yeah. Yeah, Christmas is actually fairly tame. So this story, but I got some fucking more wild ones coming up.
All right, Javon, follow that one.
Easily done.
Oh boy.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Shooting Shit Gallery, to our shooters worldwide, please understand that I am Hispanic, I'm Puerto Rican, and my father was in and out of my life. My mother, did the best she could for most of my childhood. But at the times that my dad was there, they were not the best of times. My father's a very cheap man, which apparently is the theme for the Puerto Rican peoples. First of all, spoiler warning, trigger warning for everyone with kids. Don't let your kids listen to this part here. But I found out about Santa real quick. Why? Because I quote from my father, Santa Claus did not work 16 hours in a row on the American Airlines ramp to buy you these toys. I did. No one's going to get the glory but me. So, right off the jump, there is no Santa Claus. My dad worked 16 hours a day at American Airlines. So, break that early on. He did that because when it was good, I would get good stuff. But when it was bad, I already knew it was coming. I didn't get nothing this year. Well, you got the house, you've got lights, you've got TV. Did we eat? Merry Christmas, right? It's kind of what I'm working with. But to give you an idea of one of the better times of Christmas memories that we've had, can't remember what year it was exactly, but the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers video game came out on the NES. And I wanted
I
this
used to love playing on the Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo. And I wanted the game for Christmas. It was like my only thing I asked for that year. And my mom got it for me. Well, she got it and my dad didn't know about it because my dad was also a Power Rangers fan. My dad was a big collector. He collected Power Rangers, Batman, and he had toys and boxes and boxes. If you saw me as a kid, you probably thought that I had all these toys and stuff that I could play with. No. All these Batman and Power Rangers were not to play with. Those were collectibles. They were stored in boxes, put away in blue totes. Maybe why I'm a mock collector now. I'm a Menton card collector, and I think I'm breaking through some trauma. Maybe that's why.
Your dad, kind of the way you're describing your dad there, sounded like the story of 40-Year-Old Virgin was based on him.
Look,
all that Andy collected in that.
The reason my dad did this is when he was a kid, him and his brothers had an original Millennium Falcon. And they tricked my uncle into thinking that thing was a rocket. So they put freaking gasoline in it and lit it on fire, thinking it was going to take off like a rocket.
Fuck, dude.
Forward to they find out in their, elder age how much that thing was actually worth then. Oh, they almost killed each other. It was very bad. Like, my dad didn't speak to his brothers for a while over that.
Wow.
But he got into collecting, dude. He got into collecting Batman, Power Rangers, because he thought those were going to be the big thing. So, mind you, I could never open any of these toys, which breaking through trauma and stuff and realizing maybe that's why I collect my stuff on card. I don't like to open my brawlers or anything that I get like that. You guys know me. My AEW collection is on card.
Yep.
But this one time, my dad is cleaning up his room, the room that him and my mom had. He never cleans. My dad never cleans. He always worked. He never cleans. He's cleaning up, and he finds a gift. And he calls me over, and he goes, look, you open it and say you found it, because if your mom knows I found it and I opened it, I'm going to get in a lot more trouble than you are.
Wow, he made you take the bullet.
Dude, in my household, my mom, she didn't play around. Like, I always joke around that my favorite boxer behind Mike Tyson is my mother. She had a better right hook. But, dude, we get the game, we open it, and we're playing it. We're playing it. Mind you, my mom gets home late at night. We're not even thinking about it. We've played this damn game all the way to the freaking last level. We're going into the final level of this game, and who walks in the door? My mom. She looks at my dad. He looks at me, and I'm guessing that was the clue to go ahead and be like, oh, I found it and I opened it. And I turned Judas on my dad. I looked at my mom and I go, he found it.
You sold him out?
I sold him out bad, dude.
God.
I didn't want that ass whooping for opening my presents. Hell no. I looked at her and I pointed at him so fast, my dad's face just turned red. He had this just betrayal look on his face.
You pulled it. You turned heel on him.
I turned heel on my dad. Oh, when I tell you that fight lasted for 2.5 hours of just pure screaming, and I'm over there in the living room thank God it's not me.
Oh man,
that's a sprinkle of holiday memories.
Oh man, so many more. We could almost do a whole episode on something like that. But we're approaching. We're over the 90-minute mark, and stuff, and these guys got to get some sleep. I got to get this episode put together so you guys can kick back and enjoy and listen to it. But as always, if you got any topics you want to discuss, you got any memories you want to share with us about Christmases past and everything like that, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see our socials. If you're listening to this, wherever you get your podcast from, the information, our social information is going to be in the episode description. And so great show as always. Again, I always look forward to doing this show with you guys and stuff because it's a lot of fun. It's a great way to, get rid of some of that negative energy that we sometimes carry with us and just kind of get that and cast it aside and all that. But, I mean, we're basically out of time here. And like I said, just for lack of a better term, this was our holiday episode. We all hope that anybody listening to this, have a safe, happy holidays. Be safe, drink responsibly, travel responsibly, because there are a lot of crazy people out there. And, Christmas is a time to be with the ones you care about and love, and that's if you're going anywhere, get there safely, get home safely, have fun, and be with the ones you love and stuff. And that, and gentlemen, from me to you guys, I love you guys. Happy holidays, man.
I love you guys too.
Love you
Happy
guys.
holidays, man. Love you guys. Happy holidays to your families. Love all you guys.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the very special holiday episode of Shootin' Shit. Do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Follow the show on Twitter at SHOOTINSHT, and thanks for listening. Hey everybody, it's the 5-Star Trivia Machine, DDJ.
It is the Hot One, Jay Monacho.
And from the guys that shoot shit, we wish you a happy holiday. We wish you a happy holiday. We wish you a happy holiday from the guys that shootin' shit.
You two absolute buffoons just butchered a holiday classic by not syncing together. This is the Premier Joey K telling everybody, have a wonderful New Year. Take care, guys.